Hi everybody, it's the Dear Kalea show, like a Dear Abby show from Open Mind Healing. I offer free advice to all of you that need some life coaching assistance. And this is a weekly thing I do. I usually get emails and then I follow through with those emails during these webcasts. So it's exciting and I look forward to working with all of you. So first of all, I was overloaded again this week with relationship questions and concerns. And I wanted to refer to Neil Donald Walsh's book, When Everything Changes, Change Everything. He has a lot of good advice in here, but the one thing I will say is that he has 3 very valuable points here. And in any relationship, we can point the finger, we can do all kinds of things to prevent our own pain and deflect our own feelings. But he talks about the actual truth, the imagined truth, and the apparent truth. Write these 3 things down and then answer that question and attach an emotion to those things. I'm not going to read one specific email today because it is just all the same emails. It's all the same thing. It's people in relationships, they're working too hard, there's no time for each other, there's lack of communication, there's lack of intimacy. All these things that are lacking, you have to imagine the problem, write down what is the actual truth of this problem. And then, what is the feeling attached to this problem? What is the actual feeling of this truth? What is the apparent feeling of this truth? What is the imagined, made up, dramatic, Hollywood version of your story? Because we all want to go there, right? Once in a while, we all want a little excitement. We all want a little drama. But what I want to cover here is that whoever you're with, and whether it's a boyfriend or a partner, or you're at work and it's a relationship with somebody at work, your boss, your children, whoever, the one thing that you have to remember is that you have your own feelings. This is your journey. This is your own process. These are all your lessons that you're learning. So sometimes these need to be addressed as teaching. This person is teaching me about myself. This person is teaching me about anger. This person is teaching me about love. This person is teaching me about this. And then assign that to your journey. If it gets to where you can't communicate, there's a problem, right? There's always a problem if you can't communicate. And I will say that everyone is entitled to their opinion. Everyone needs to communicate. If you're with somebody who never speaks about their issues and, oh, I'm perfect, I'm great, I'm great, I'm great, all the time, come on. No. Let's get realistic, okay? This isn't, this isn't a cartoon. This isn't a made-up life. We have good days, bad days, wonderful days, fabulous days, amazing days. And we have times where we're grieving, like the people in Boston. They just went through this horrible, this is huge. This is trauma. This is tragic. This is, this is a life-altering event. And when you come home and you start attacking everybody because you're hurt, that's the one thing you have to remember. When somebody's reaction to you is aggression or screaming or yelling or fighting, you have to slow them down and say, what are you afraid of? It's okay. It's okay to be hurt. It's okay to be angry. But what are you afraid of? Because 90% of the time, anger is attached to a fear. So where is the fear in this little child? What is your inner child saying about this? Because there's obviously a threat. There's a threat to your happiness. There's a threat to your joy. There's a threat to your work, to your children, to your family, to whatever. Where is this coming from? Where is this underlying cause? Identify with that underlying cause, and then you're able to move forward a little bit better. The other very important thing I want to remind you is that it's okay to say, hey, you know what? I'm really unhappy in this situation. We are not connecting. I'm not feeling the love anymore. You're not sharing yourself the way you used to. We're not passionate anymore with each other, or you're not communicating clearly to me at my work, and now I'm getting frustrated, and I can't do my job well because you're not telling me how I should do this job. So instead of reaching out to people, you sit there and you get all frustrated and you get all upset and you just expect them to know that you're upset. Well, I'm here to tell you they don't know. So when you take the time to think, what is the actual truth? What is the apparent truth? And what is the imagined truth? And you get to the truth of the problem. Okay? You find out what it is that is causing all this disruption in yourself, and then you're able to clearly communicate with the other person. And that is a healthy way to handle a relationship. Secondly, you have to be willing to hear what they have to say in return. Because no relationship is one-sided. Now, if they're not being honest and truthful with you, that's not your fault. If they're not communicating at all to you, then you have a big problem. If communication stops, there's a big problem. And you need to find out where that can be healed. So, the next thing I'm going to talk about is pleasure. We get so busy that we forget to enjoy our lives. We forget to have fun. We forget that life is about pleasure and happiness and joy. And it doesn't have to be, a vacation at a 5-star resort. Pleasure can be riding your bike in the woods. It can be taking a hike and play baseball with your kids, football, going to the beach, going surfing. Pleasure is what brings you peace and what brings you joy. If pleasure is with your partner, do you ever take the time to really, really enjoy that person? These are the things that people neglect in their life. The next time you see your partner or your lover, the next time they hug you or kiss you, I want you to see the stars again. I want you to feel the way that feels. The one thing in life coaching that I was taught that has been very, very, very effective in my life is bringing in the senses. Are you bringing in the senses to your situations? What does this look like? What does this taste like? What does this feel like? What is the sensation that I have when I touch you, or I hug you, or I kiss you? Does it send electricity through my whole body? Does it, does the touch of an animal, their soft fur, make you feel at peace? Does it bring you contentment? Does it bring you joy to play with a puppy? What does this look like? What does this smell like? What does this taste like? What are your senses? Identify with your senses. Understand the truths of a situation. Identify with those feelings. Identify with the truth of what's really going on. Is this a real problem, or is this something that your inner child is screaming out for? And yes, I'm going there with the inner child because I'm sorry. We all have this little girl, this little boy that doesn't get what they want, and then they kick and scream and have this little temper tantrum. Okay, that's normal. That's life. We all want our way. That's human nature. But it's also human nature to be nurtured and to be loved and to be touched and to be, to be held. I have older boys that are going into college, and every single day those kids get a big long hug from me because they still need that. It doesn't matter how old you are. If you're 100 years old, people need human contact. We need friendships. We need relationships. This is what is the glue that holds us together. We forget that we are a species that is tribal. We're a pack animal. Or, I don't want to use the word animal, but we are a pack people. Beginning of time, we were in tribes, we were in villages, we helped each other. And for some reason, society has put this barrier between us, and now everyone's divided. Why? It doesn't have to be that way. I can tell you what I see, and that's, don't touch my stuff. This is my stuff. This is mine. I worked hard for this. You can't have it. Nobody can have it but me. That's great. Keep your stuff. But have friends. Have relationships. Enjoy every moment with your families. You don't know what's going to happen. Look at what happened in Boston. Do you honestly think that those people that were running yesterday decided, oh, I'm going to get blown up today? No, that doesn't ever cross anybody's mind. You do not know what the next moment will hold. So why are you complicating life for stuff? Money's necessary, I get it. Life can be fun. It can be amazing. So include your senses. Enjoy things. Connect with the pleasure of every single thing that you do. I want you to really engage in your senses. And I would love to hear a response of how this worked for you. Because when you really just let go of everything, even if you're eating dinner, having a drink with somebody, wow, this is delicious, this is amazing, this tastes so good. Really go there and feel it and taste it and experience it. And, if you're in the sun, just ask your body to receive the light and the sun and the vitamins that it produces in your body. You don't realize that, the minute you walk outside, the oxygen in the air and the sun and the sunshine and the breeze and the pollen and everything that we're exposed to is absorbed into our body. But we just get so busy, and we're the iPod people, and we're the phone people, and hurry, 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 run, run here, go, go there. And then people get home and they collapse. It's no wonder people are suffering in their relationships. When do you take the time to really look at somebody and say, wow, I really miss you. I'm so glad you're here. I'm so glad you're in my life. How could I let all this time go by and not tell you how beautiful you are, or how handsome you are, how amazing you are? Don't let that go. Don't let those opportunities pass you by. Please. Namaste. This is Heather Kalea with the Dear Kalea Hour. I hope you enjoyed your webcast. I will be doing this again next week. I look forward to hearing your responses, whether this is helping you or if you have more questions, anything I can offer. My email is openmindhealing@gmail.com, and my website is openmindhealing.com. And again, namaste, so much love, sending out to all of you. Love, light, and aloha.